On the Call Her Daddy podcast, Rausch was under intense scrutiny and revealed something to host Alex Cooper that will probably shock the Islanders. The podcast with Daniela N, Ortiz Rivera began almost an hour into Tuesday, July 23. Cooper asked Rob about his observation of Rob's best friend Aaron Evans betraying Kaylor Martin in Casa Amor. Kaylor and Aaron were honest. To be honest, though, I was astonished to see the clips, Rob said. And when I caught him kissing her on the beanbag that day, I was shocked. Even though Aaron and Daniela clicked, he put their romance on hold as the male competitors' return from Casa to the villa drew near. The majority of the time, Daniela had been speaking with Aaron. And in terms of personality kinds, we are comparable. I really enjoyed our initial discussion, and throughout it all, Aaron kept urging me to speak with her. And I thought, what? Rob gave an explanation. Yeah, I think you guys really get along, he said. He probably realized he wouldn't be able to win her back. And he said, you should at least talk to her and see, at that time. She shares my ideals of being devoted to her family and being an animal lover, which I found appealing. Her dream was to become a vet. I thought, well, I think I see something here. Rob concluded he didn't want to go back to the villa by himself with not much time remaining in Casa. What should I do? Return to being single? To live, that is, live Walker? He asked. To be honest, I was really close to doing it. However, Liv and I both knew that we got along, that we laugh at each other's jokes, and that I think she's incredibly cute. However, it's more like a friendship. Many fans have speculated that Aaron wanted Rob to bring Daniela back so he could appear devoted to Kaylor while still having choices. During his talk with Cooper, Rob softened his original denial that his friend had urged him to invite Daniela into the villa. Oh my God, no. Well, he did, Rob remarked. However, he said, that was a terrible idea, like, right after that. Please don't bring her back. He called me aside for a talk and said, she took it really, really well when he said that he was done, and he wasn't gonna take her back. I don't really remember the conversation that well. She handled it so gracefully, with such kindness, and she only said wonderful things about him. He exclaimed, oh my gosh, that was so awesome. You will really enjoy her. You ought to spend time with her. You ought to give her back. Rob stated that the reason I forgot was because, please forget everything I just said, 10 minutes after the chat. That's a terrible notion. I truly like Kaylor, therefore I'm returning to her. Reuniting with her shouldn't happen unless you truly want to. Fans saw Kaylor get visibly upset several times about Aaron's behavior with Daniela, but in the end, she forgave him, and now the two are making an effort to go on dates outside of Fiji. But viewers didn't treat Aaron with the same decency, sending the couple home before the conclusion. Despite having comparable experiences, Cordell Beckham and Serena Page were chosen by Americans to win the $100,000. When both guys pursued other women in Casa, why did the public support Cordell and Serena instead of Aaron and Kaylor? When asked that very subject in a joint interview with Serena following the Sunday, July 21 finale, Cordell told Us Weekly, I told her the truth and nothing but the truth. Even to the point where she claimed to be able to recite the S.T. that I told her, there wasn't a beat that I missed. Additionally, Cordell takes pride in allowing Serena to express herself, whereas Aaron seemed to be trying to convince Kaylor to move on. Regarding how I responded to Serena expressing her emotions, I didn't consider it to be her merely yelling or arguing when she was ranting at me and other things of that nature. It seemed to me that she was expressing her feelings and her affection for me, he remarked. While I'm sitting there, I'm paying attention, listening, and understanding her perspective. Particularly in light of our earlier discussions, I took the exact opposite action. I'm not scared to own up to my mistakes and admit when I made a mistake. I'm not affected by those circumstances or my ego. If I made a mistake, I will own up to it. She is entitled to such knowledge and the ability to experience her emotions. I had 3 parents, my mother, my father, and my grandmother. I truly comprehend these feelings.